life. The coach said they pretty good, we got a ball tonight. We ready, once they tip it up, it's going up. We ready, once they tip it up, it's going up. Nah, I can't dribble too much on time out, coach, don't scribble too much.
I gotta see the play. Ooh, mean. Man, welcome to the HasBeens Podcast, episode 26, man. Right here with your boy Cam Will. Got my co-host K Fleazy in the building. What's up, bro?
What up, bro?
And Joey, that dude. What up, bro?
We in here.
Man, it's a good day, man. I'm feeling fantastic today, man. You know what I mean? Again, shout out to our guy Real Cash, man, for the dope intro, man.
As always, man.
We ready. Just like them LSU Tigers, man. They was ready.
They were definitely ready.
Big ready, national champs, man. I'm going to go ahead and start y'all off. I'm going to start y'all. I'm going to mute y'all early today. Because, look, this is my moment. I want y'all to know they probably trying to say something right now and they can't. You know what I mean? LSU, congratulations. Whole state of Louisiana, LSU Tigers, Coach O, Joe Burrow, man, all the players, man. We needed that, man. You know what I'm saying? My state needed it. Saints let us down. Guess what? And we dominated the whole season. So there's nobody who can deny this. There's nobody who can
bask in your glory.
Yeah, they can't. You can't.
Get out the way.
Can't do nothing. You can't look at us funny. You can't bat an eyelash about this. You looked at what we did this season. You like, yeah, they was serious.
Speed that shit.
They was serious, man. But HasBeens Podcast, man, brought to you by WildCard Sports, man. WildCard Sports, guess what we are? A sports social media not a sports social media, sports media company, man. It's going to marry the two ideas of sports and pop culture into one dope product, man. So, man, make sure you check us out on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at WildCard Sports, and most importantly, the number one draw, the WildCard Sports Network, man. Make sure you log on, subscribe, click the button right below here. If you're watching us on YouTube. If you're not watching us on YouTube and you are listening to us on your favorite your favorite podcast platform, man, I do this shit every week. You know what I mean? If you're listening to it on there, man, go over to YouTube, click subscribe, and support the network, man. We got a lot of dope content coming. We working on stuff, man. We got a lot of things coming. A lot of things going, man.
Coming, man. And this is the startup. This is the HasBeens Podcast, and we're gonna bring it today and every day.
This is the baseline for what we do, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's get into it, man.
So back to it, man. The first segment, man.
Yeah.
Go hard or go home. GEAUX, man. You know what I mean? Go hard or go home, man. We're gonna talk about a lot of things, man.
Of course, we're gonna talk.
Obviously, we're gonna start it off with my LSU Tigers again, man. But this time, y'all get to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Hey, man. No, really, honestly, for me, you can take it. This is the only moment you're gonna have for the next 5 to 10 years. So I want you to have it because what we just read right before we got on air will turn that nice moment into a sour mood as Joe Brady leaving for the NFL. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Headed to the Panthers.
Yeah.
To go rock with a real Tiger. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Ain't that Matt Rule? Ain't they need to get the job over there? Who got the job in Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Rule
going to be the offensive coordinator, man.
Joe Brady, man, you let the team down. I ain't gonna lie to you. I literally 5 minutes before we started this, I was turned, and he said Joe Brady was backing out his contract and going to the league. But that hurt. That hurt.
It's a fresh start though, because I mean Joe Burrow's not coming back. So they
was going to the dumpster anyway. But when you got an offensive coordinator like that, though, I mean, that. What that does is that get them a different breed of quarterback in there, man. When you got a guy that's throwing for 6-7 touchdowns a game, man, that's attractive, bro. That's attractive to young, up-and-coming quarterbacks and want to come there. But I can see that changes depending on who
Joe Brady gets you to the league.
Joe Brady gets you to the league, man, because Joe Burrow had one of the greatest seasons you will ever see in college football. I throw that
Show some respect. It's the greatest season you have ever seen.
No, see, for me, Cam Newton, because just the electricity. I mean, it's just, granted, Joe Burrow probably passed him in statistical numbers.
Absolutely, ain't no problem.
But the way Cam Newton did it and the flash and everything behind it, it was amazing. Tim Tebow had one of those where he had just a great career, but
Yeah,
you can probably find a season where he was that dude. So, but Joe Burrow, James had a good season. Great years. But Joe Burrow, I was impressed, man. I thought they was gonna win. I honestly thought it was gonna be a blowout. So I was good to see that Clemson was strong early, like I said. But
it was a blowout in the second half.
Yeah, I mean,
for the game it wasn't though, and this is a team that won 29.
You said what?
For the game it wasn't, and this was a team that won.
You were worried in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I was. You know, when you playing a quality opponent, you worried the whole game.
I was shocked though. I was shocked
double zeros
though, because that defense came out flying around. I said, "Oh man, they might hold these boys." Though.
Nah, I mean, I had to keep putting the thing. I was more concerned. I understood they had us pinned back. We didn't have a lot of options. You don't want to do nothing crazy back there. I was more concerned with them keep pinning us back that they was going to be able to deliver some points. Now, if they would have been able to deliver some points in them situations, some touchdowns, that would have put us in a worse position. It also would have been different
if they did deliver points, even on one of those first 2 or 3 drives, that you wouldn't have been pinned back either. So it would have been
maybe, but I mean they didn't turn one of them into. They turned like the first.
Yeah, I mean the kickoff would have resulted in at least you starting at the 25. So, you know, but like I said, what was concerning for me was your defense, though. The corners that you rave about, they look good early. They didn't look good early. They didn't look good.
Oh, I thought you said they did.
No, they didn't look good early. I said, oh shit, this is gonna be a problem.
Derek Stingley looked awesome the entire game, but you know they was attacking Christian Fulton.
That's a well put together team. I'm going to say this though. Joe Burrow did have a terrific year, fantastic season, but to me, given we was just talking about his age, correct? He's 25 years old, right?
Yeah.
To me, I think that Joe Burrow is closer to Matt Leinart than he is an actual successful quarterback
as a pro prospect.
Pro prospect, yeah.
I don't get what y'all are like when you look at Matt Leinart. Do you see what Joe Burrow, like the command of the line, the pinpoint accuracy?
What I see was a really good quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
He was really good, but he wasn't.
What I see is a good quarterback benefiting from great weapons.
I mean, and I'm not.
But that's what I see. He just threw for 60 touchdowns. Y'all get. There's a point where you.
He had a great season.
60 touchdowns.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That is the hardest position to judge, especially for a fan. Yeah. To judge if a quarterback is going to be good in the NFL. I'll give him some weight and see. He did play in the SEC, so I'll give him some weight and see.
And in this season where he has literally shattered every record, feel like in college football, we saw him do it against 7 top 10 teams. So we saw him week in and week out almost. 15. We won 15 games. Half of them were against top 10 teams. But we saw him week in, week out.
Shattering. These are the same records that are previously set like a couple years
ago. Yeah, but
a couple years before that because the offense is the changes. Somebody's going to shatter his record in a couple years because of how
that's tough.
Well, that's true. No, that's true. Somebody is going to. I mean, the offenses are continually to evolve. I'm more worried about his situation. He's going to probably get drafted by the Bengals.
I love that situation for him.
I don't. The AJ Green's probably going to be gone, so you don't have time.
If they was going to get rid of him, they would have traded him at the deadline.
Why would I pay AJ Green, who's always hurt? Why would I start?
Because he's great.
Yeah, he's great when he's on the field. But
that's when you got a rookie quarterback. That's the perfect thing you got to get.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you got John Ross, Tyler Boyd, and the offensive line
AJ
sucks. Green, maybe AJ
Joe
Green. Joe Mixon, but
a young coach, Zach Taylor. You know, a young coach. You know, that's good.
Nothing good ever happens in Cincinnati. I wouldn't.
Them folks was a good team for the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, please, the Browns got good players around him.
Football in Ohio is tough.
Marvin Lewis got him to so many playoffs.
Marvin Lewis
and won none.
No playoff games, but he was getting them there. That's a pretty successful team to get to the playoffs every year.
Competitive. I'll give you that.
You used to before you was a Patriots fan. You was a Lions fan.
No,
be humble.
Be
humble. Making the playoffs every year.
I've been a Patriots fan.
I know winning the Super Bowl for you now is the only thing you care about. But for some franchises like the Bengals making it to the playoffs year in and year out,
like the Saints.
That's a pretty.
Oh, okay. Trash.
Yeah. And I really didn't want to spend this much time on amateurs, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get to the guys that actually get paid. It's good for the kids. They want it. But it's a situation where, you know.
Okay, well, if you want to breeze through it, let me breeze through it. Let me ask you a few questions. We breeze through this amateur talk, right?
Yeah.
Is LSU the best team ever?
No. It's got to be at least 2 USC teams. Alabama team.
That definitely that team with Reggie Bush and
Mike Williams.
They lost.
They lost, but the excitement on that.
They lost the chip.
They didn't win. They won the year before that though.
No,
so.
Not Bush.
I don't know if they won or lost, but
Bush ain't win no. I don't think Bush won a championship.
I think he did. Didn't they take something? Well, no, he took his Heisman.
They took his
I'm just
Heisman.
talking
I
about
don't think
that
he
team
won
was
the
still
title.
exciting. They may have lost, but that team was fantastic for me.
Didn't they break that?
They lost to the Heisman runner-up, Big Vince Young.
Yeah, Vince was
I
nice.
mean, you can name
the only team I'm willing to say.
Team last year ran through their opponents. You can name 10 Alabama teams.
The only team I think that would be better than that, maybe one of those Florida teams.
Florida State teams.
No, what 98?
Yeah, Chris Leak and Tim Tebow was back, or Tim Tebow by himself,
or one of the Miami teams. But
definitely
one of the Miami teams lost to.
But
I'm going with LSU, and then you gotta look at everything we accomplished too.
Yeah, that was a great accomplishment, but y'all defense wasn't.
We got the Biletnikoff, we got the Butkus, we got the Heisman, we got all that on that team too. That's insane.
We could probably go look at those other teams. They probably
but that's we looking at them teams in hindsight. You looking at the
this is hindsight now.
The '98 Florida State team, and
season over, my boy. This is hindsight.
There's the county,
but we don't know what these players gonna turn into. So you look at these other teams, you know what those players end up going to be.
There's the county. Hold on.
That's what make that Miami team so great because all those players actually went on to be good
and they were
NFL
dominant
players.
in college.
This team was dominant.
They were. I'm not taking anything away.
There's the county, there's the prison system, and then there's the penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, you are a prisoner of the moment.
It's not like that. You are. I mean, you're a fan right now. You're a fan mode.
Right,
you know my rule. I do not argue with fans. You're not going to sit here and get me to argue with your fanhood. Like, it's not going to happen, bro. Like,
listen,
there's no change in your mind.
I'm giving you facts of why this is the best team.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't look I didn't look it up before the show. I bet you I can find the same thing.
That USC team had Reggie Bush and Liner on there. That team that you're talking about right now only has one Heisman Trophy winner.
All right, we asked the people. Well, Reggie Bush ain't got one.
He won though.
Yeah,
he ain't got one.
Don't try
don't get that. He ain't got
one.
He won one.
He got a ring. He got a ring though.
No. He got a ring. He won a Heisman.
He didn't win the Heisman.
No, he won a Heisman.
I bet you I could pull up a photo with him with the Heisman.
I bet they did. I bet just like that Sinbad song, they deleted it.
No. Technically,
before
he
Drake
won
dropped
it.
Care Package, you couldn't find them songs. You go find that picture of Reggie Bush. I bet you can't.
And ain't even that. He won it.
I don't recall.
He just took it back.
I don't recall.
He won it.
You can't take that from Reggie.
I don't recall.
Electric.
I don't recall.
Y'all didn't have
what
a running
they really
back
did
like
delete
that
all
ever.
the pictures of.
That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Internet.
When the last time LSU had a running back like that?
That'd be a whole bunch of them, boy. Whole bunch of them, boy.
They might even got a picture of him giving it back.
Them coming to the
crib. Actually. We'll talk less about amateurs. I actually got some real shit for you.
Okay, cool.
I'm sick because the targeting rule affected that game, I think, tremendously last night.
Big time.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm oblivious to the fact that losing that linebacker had opened the floor. Because that Venable kid they brought in, the coach son, I knew he was sweet when he came in.
Yeah.
Looked like deer meat, right? So he came in the game.
Oh, the linebacker?
I won't say that it caused the game.
That targeting call, bro, because then they couldn't blitz like they wanted to. That the coach son, they play linebacker, he was nothing like that other dude.
Yeah, but Queen and Chasen was getting after Lawrence.
That's cool, but we had got some momentum at the middle linebacker with the neck brace.
Yeah, 47.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Iman was watching the game with me. She was like, bro, he is flying around the field. I said, he tripping. He got there on the juke.
He got a target, and from there, that's a tight.
Crown. It was a tough call too.
Oh no, he hit him right in his mouth. I mean, right in his right leg with the helmet.
But he hit him in his helmet though.
No, but he led. You can't lead with the helmet. That's the rule.
I mean, football is getting
the rule. But here, this is why I want to lead too, because that did affect the game. I hate that you get kicked out for doing it once.
Yeah.
So I got an idea. Mm-hmm. College football need to adopt soccer rules. And they need to put them on like cards, yellow card. And it will work because you get 2 yellow cards in the game, that equals a red GEAUX. And you suspended for the next game. And in the yellow card, in league play, if I get a yellow card this game, if I get a yellow card the next game, that's a suspension the next game. That'll help because that literally probably cost them
I
the game.
do like that idea.
I think that cost them.
Yeah,
the
they
game.
were
down 3.
He was really good.
They were down 3.
He's really good.
Yeah, I don't even know he's good, but whatever they were trying to do yesterday, he was a big piece of it.
He was.
So
he's
for
definitely
sure.
he's their best defender, I believe.
No, he's not
Simmons,
that
I think
He just
Simmons
He
is
just
number
probably
11.
one of them heart and soul players. I don't think he one of the
He
best.
was flying around the field.
Yeah, I just think he one of them heart and soul guys. I think he
was fast.
He probably won't
Effort.
get drafted or nothing. He's just a heart and soul guy.
I'll draft him.
Yeah.
Like Ben Bullware was the other year. Them couple years. Remember that dude, Ben Bullware?
Yeah.
He probably just like Ben Bullware. He really.
You're right.
Yeah, but no, that Simmons kid, he probably the best player on that
Yeah,
defense.
he was flying around too.
Yeah, he was really flying.
It's tough, man.
He did a good
The
job
only
for a
thing
while.
about the rule that I understand, I don't agree with, because I don't agree with soft football. So, but the only thing I understand with that is that the reason why they kick him out immediately is because they try to prevent the hit from actually happening at all. Like, they don't want the hit to happen at all.
I get it.
So it's like, that if you lead with your helmet, you're
gone.
going to get kicked out the game. It's not like the NFL where you get flagged and then it's like, yeah, we got to send a message. They don't get the opportunity to send a message.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
Do it once you go. I get that standpoint, like, because if you think you can get away with it once, man, I just do that shit this week.
yeah.
And the
I
problem,
won't do it again next week.
Right.
If my yellow cards
need it.
reset.
We need it right now. Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. You live with a game could be changed by one play, one hit.
Yeah, man. But in the spirit of go hard or go home, man, we got some other guys that did go home that we were expecting big things from.
AJ
this
Terrell?
week, man. No, he went
got his
terrible.
toe up.
Yeah, that was. I don't even want to.
AJ Terrell, I don't know yet, bro, but I ain't seen you since the first half, baby.
He was embarrassed last night. But,
Yeah.
but
man.
also
that was horrible,
moving on.
man.
Yeah, but
That was
moving on to the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We talked about it a little bit last week, and my boy Joey D, thought that the Ravens were unstoppable.
Yeah.
They were unstoppable. Man.
Told you.
And
We're
the
gonna
Titans,
definitely talk about
just like they ran through my Patriots, they ran through the
Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens as well.
And at home too.
At home, yeah, they
It
look.
was tough.
You
game.
can't bet against them right now.
I mean, the Titans.
yes, you can.
Hold on, the Titans. Now, Pat Mahomes and them get up on them. Yeah, you can.
I was about to say you get on them, but if you don't get up on them, man, that try
Well,
game.
It's hard for me to believe.
What
that
I
the-
saw
that-
out of
that-
the Chiefs.
Man,
it
look.
was crazy.
Start with
Listen.
the Ravens though. Because,
Oh yeah.
Like I said, man, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson came out. I think the interceptions
trust.
early. Yeah, I think the interception
Big
early
trust.
and Mark Ingram being hurt them because
Big fuss.
once the Titans got up on them, they unleashed that monster Derrick Henry. It ain't shit you can do with him.
Well, I think what the problem with what happened with the Ravens was that you got down 14.
That's what I'm saying.
You got down 14-0 to a team that can't score though. So when your game plan is predicated on running the ball and you're the number one scoring offense because of that, I don't think that you have to abandon the run down 14 points to a team that only scored 28 because of the end of the game.
I don't think they abandoned the run. I think it wasn't.
They did.
I think it was ineffective.
They abandoned the run. The only person they ran with was Lamar Jackson. And that was it.
I think Mike Vrabel schematically took the run out of it. Like we told you just last week.
Make him throw.
They're gonna make him you're gonna load the box
up.
And you just got to remember, it is like y'all think Willie Snead is good. He's an okay receiver. That's Willie Snead over there.
Nah, I don't.
He gonna beat me 1-on-1 every play.
I think Willie Snead is just okay. I think the only good receiver that they have.
They don't have one.
Is
Mark Andrews.
I'm
Their
not talking
tight
about
ends
tight
and Marquise Brown.
Yeah, Marquise Brown, but it's not enough.
He's
though.
okay. He's not even.
Yeah.
Really,
He's a rookie.
Right? And he's small.
I just think that the 14-0 and making him pass. And I'm not saying that the Titans. I'm talking about the Ravens. The Ravens could have been more committed. Anytime somebody's throwing the ball 60 times, that's a lot of times to drop back. I think that was out of
after
their
they
game
were
plan.
down in the second half. They were throwing every play.
Not even. If you looked at the first half, they were dropping back on the first and second drive on run. If you watched them all year, they wasn't even throwing on these options.
I told you that.
So,
they wasn't throwing it all season.
Yeah, like so.
First 6 plays of the drive was run.
They came out and somebody said it. I can't remember who. I think it was Shannon. Well, I want to say Shannon, but it was one of them that said he came out and played like the MVP as opposed to just being Lamar Jackson and that person being the MVP.
I think they put too much on his shoulders.
Definitely.
I think Jim.
He's not that type of.
Mark
I mean, but this how they
hurt was a big deal for
this
them.
how they won all year though. Jim Harbaugh put a lot on Lamar. Lamar carried that team a lot this year, And I think in this playoff game, I think, they was going for it on 4th and 1. I think they put them in a lot of positions where
they were perfect.
They were 8 for 8. But they didn't do the things that got them 8 for 8.
Right.
They panicked.
They tried to get cute.
They panicked. No, they get cute. They panicked. They got down 14-0. They're like, oh shit, we really ain't been down like this in a long time. Yeah. They hadn't played in 3 weeks.
And 12 games.
Speaking of panicking, what about Bill O'Brien panicking?
Nah,
up 24-0.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he had a reason, a right to panic. He knew that eventually they was gonna open the flood.
But he 4th and 1. Kicked the field goal though.
I'm okay with early.
I'm cool with that.
He kicked the field goal. That was like a possession before that, maybe 2, maybe 2 tops. Then you go for it on 4th and like 3 on your own 30.
I didn't like that.
And that right after they scored,
that's the panic.
They panicked.
Now that was the panic.
And it gave them the easy field, and they scored 3 tubs. I want to say in like 3 minutes.
Yeah. They're an explosive team, and they've shown that time and time again.
Bill O'Brien, you let the hood down.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Deshaun, you let it down a little bit because
I'm about to say I'm not absolving.
You still got to put some
bro.
points
I'm
on
sorry.
the board.
Listen.
24-0, and then you let somebody drop 41 straight on you. That's not okay.
I believe that we're spending too much time on things that we don't care about because your team is out of it. Your team is also out of it. We haven't even, we wanted to talk about the Ravens. We didn't even get the chance to talk about the 49ers, man.
I don't believe in them.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta understand with the 49ers.
I don't even know. They beat the shit out of
somebody. Wait. Y'all lost to the Saints, right? I mean, that's what y'all lost to the Saints, right? Y'all beat yourself. So I want to talk to you because the Vikings.
I'm a champ. I don't even understand why you talking crazy to me like this. I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Okay?
Don't I remember amateurs?
I can't wait for my championship.
Kids couldn't even drink.
Only Olympians we remember as the dream team.
That's all.
But the 49ers, man, we beat the Vikings, who beat the Saints last week, and we beat them handily. I think the only reason why they have a touchdown that game is because that we had Witherspoon on Stephon Diggs after Witherspoon just gave up a play to Adam Thielen. And I think that once we took him out the game, we showed that we was going to shut them out as well, unlike you guys, and y'all had them at home. But we're not going to stay focused on just the Vikings. We're going to talk more about the 49ers. Because
I love sitting next to guys whose teams don't win often. This is exciting.
I'm a winner. What are you talking about, guy? What are you talking about, guy? I'm a winner, guy.
Keep.
I'm listening, Joey.
Nostalgia is a thing that I like as well, right? I like antique shops and things of that nature. Just like the Patriots, they're in the past. Right now, we're talking about who's good.
We're in the past. We just went to the Super Bowl. 4 straight years. We are in the past.
Just went. Okay. Went is a term you
y'all
use.
ain't went nowhere yet.
Ain't winning nowhere.
Ain't win no goddamn way.
I'm a champ. I'm a champ.
You're in it.
Go Tigers. I'm a champ.
The Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Detroit Tigers? That's a pro team.
LSU right? Tigers. Go LSU. Tigers.
Man, them boys got class tomorrow. I ain't trying to. I ain't talking to nobody that got school. I ain't talking about no
my boy Jefferson, he ain't going no class.
Hey, that's it. That was over with. That's it.
49ers to Super Bowl. 49ers to Super Bowl.
So that's your Super Bowl prediction, 49ers still?
That's my team, of course.
So you still got them winning the Super Bowl?
I know.
You got them winning the Super Bowl?
No.
Who you got winning the Super Bowl right now?
Who you got beating the 49ers?
Well, I'll take the Titans.
Yeah, because
not for real, though. Not for real. I got the Chiefs. I've been riding with the Chiefs since the playoffs. I got the Chiefs.
That.
The Chiefs are tough.
I got the Chiefs. Yeah, I called the Chiefs about week 14.
This is my problem with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are one-dimensional. They pass the ball.
We can't stop it.
They got Joe Burrow in college. They got the Joe Burrow of professional land. They got him on.
Who's Joe Burrow?
No, but because you're missing one big factor about that team. First of all, they throw so well, you can't load the box. They can run the ball.
Who can run the ball?
They can run the ball.
No,
you can't make them run the ball.
You can't run the ball against that front four?
You really can't.
Why am I running it if I can throw it at you all game?
Because I'm telling you, why would we be afraid of Pat Mahomes?
Who is
why am I afraid of
Hold on. I'll tell you why you should be afraid. Hold on.
You're afraid of the three-headed monster. We got to run it back.
Hold on. Let me tell you why you should be afraid of Pat Mahomes. Nobody has ever stopped him in the playoffs, actually. Even when he lost to the Patriots, they couldn't stop him.
Was terrible.
They just couldn't get a stop.
That's cool.
Remember, he left the sideline. He was up.
Yeah.
And Brady came and won the game.
And they won the game.
They couldn't stop him. Yeah, no team has ever shown they can stop Patrick Mahomes.
Period.
In the playoffs, in the regular season, nowhere. So they can run the ball. They actually, they had 2 rushing touchdowns
You really can't stop.
I can't stop him from throwing the ball.
Against who?
Because you can never load the box.
Everybody.
Who
What do you
that
mean?
just played,
Who
bro?
did you
You can
just
never
play?
bring 7 into the box.
You just hyped up beating the hell out of the Vikings, and you want to talk about who they just played.
because the Vikings beat the Saints, who are a really good team and shit.
Why you want to talk?
Texas.
How do you not?
They wasn't as good as the Saints, though. They wasn't no 13 and 3.
I don't care about it. It's about matchups. I don't care if the Vikings beat them and they beat them.
Listen,
that don't mean
matchups.
shit.
And we took care of our game handily. We wasn't down at no point, and if it wasn't for
I'm so
one
happy
mistake,
for you.
it would have been a shutout.
I'm so happy for you.
If it wasn't for
What
one
that
mistake
got to
on
do with
offense and
Pat
one
Mahomes?
mistake
I
on
bet you won't
defense.
I bet y'all won't do a damn thing.
Now we
with
won't
Pat.
shut him out.
Oh, I know so.
Nah, we won't shut him out, but we will beat him. Yes, we will.
How?
I disagree.
Because we have 4 men on the front line that cannot be stopped.
You know what
How
you
do
need to do?
How do you stop the pass?
You know what
pass
you need
rush?
to do? I will put Tyreek Hill on Richard Sherman's side of the field.
And run his ass to death up
we'll
and
double
down that
over.
sideline.
Who else they got? They got double
Travis
over.
Kelce.
What do you? Travis Kelce is the most.
Nah, we got-
unstoppable
You just
quarterback
watched
in
him
football.
just
Come on, man.
destroy.
Who?
Travis
destroyed
Kelce, go
who?
check his stats.
Man, he
from
just
last
went
week.
He destroyed
crazy.
the
Yes.
Texans. They are
He
trash on
destroys
defense.
everybody though.
He does. Not every
Greenlaw gonna do a better
Yes,
job.
bro.
Warner, who y'all gonna put on him? Tart, who y'all gonna put on him?
Put Tart on him.
Tart gonna get that same
Y'all gave
treatment.
up
not.
wait. Y'all gave up 1,000,000 points to the Saints.
Who?
Who?
We
That
put
all
almost
over
50
there.
on you.
Who?
Who?
The Saints.
Y'all
won that
gave
game?
up-
Who won that game?
That's not the point that I'm
Who won that
making.
game?
That's not the point.
talking about
I'm making. You're
stop.
not locking up
If we gotta
nobody.
score 50, we'll score 50. We showed that.
Or
Yeah, against the Saints.
Yeah. And the Chiefs, they defense better than the Saints?
No, but y'all-
Of course
I'm not believing in no
of
Jimmy
course
G.
not.
I ain't
Yes, we
believing in
do.
no
That's the
Jimmy
hell
G.
we do.
or you can do.
Jimmy G only lost, what, 2 games, 3
Man, I
games
ain't
his
trying to
whole
hear that
life?
shit. That's cute.
What you say? We don't argue with fans.
Oh,
Listen.
yeah, I mean,
No, we argue. We
Listen,
can
there's
argue
only
these facts. We can argue these facts.
Well-
the number 1 team in the league left is the 49ers. That's a fact.
I got the Chiefs. I ain't worried about it.
Well, I know another fact.
How you stop the run?
You just killed
know-
your
hey,
team.
I know
You
the
killed
other-
your team.
I know the other
You was
fact.
on this bandwagon about the goddamn Ravens last week
it's not a
too.
bandwagon. The Ravens are my
you
home
was
team.
yeah, that's cool. I'm just talking about
I'm
how you was
always
hyping them
support.
up last week.
I
You
hyped
was
up the 49ers last week.
No,
happened?
they didn't play nobody. But see, they got to play somebody this
No,
week.
they didn't play
Aaron
nobody
Rodgers
the previous
coming.
week because we had a
Aaron
bye
Rodgers
week.
coming with
He
the
looking
Giants.
past
Y'all
A-
teams
A-
played in the first round. We didn't
You
play
looking past A-Ron now. A-Ron.
Who? A-Ron that we just beat?
A-Ron.
37-8 in the regular season.
A-Ron.
Unhealthy?
That's okay.
Unhealthy?
We're moving on.
You gotta move
Like I
on.
said.
Next segment, man.
Gotta move on.
Next segment. You ready for it? Mm-hmm. Next segment, we got a man
let me
called
talk
Cheat
about the other team,
or Repeat. Oh, what other team?
the Packers.
We don't care nothing about them.
Yeah. Like I said, I got the 49ers.
I can't listen. I'm not keeping y'all on this topic another segment.
Right. Oh, hey, Ron, y'all looking over? Yeah, everybody is.
Cheat or
I just
Repeat,
want to say
man.
something. Okay.
Houston Astros, man.
Boo. Shout out to the Houston Astros, baby. Y'all crazy. Don't play no bad music. No, don't boo.
Took a title from my Yankees. Took a
They
title from the
definitely-
Dodgers.
yeah,
Man, they are cheaters,
for
and they
sure.
should die in the sport.
You got to look at it like, well, first off, let's talk a little bit about it before we give our opinion on it. So obviously, as you saw, the Houston Astros, not
Dylan
owner,
Sainz
general manager,
and coach.
was suspended by a year for the league, and then the owner went ahead and fired him.
Yeah, like he ain't know.
They claim Alex Cora, who is now the the manager of the Red Sox. He was the bench coach at the time. They thinking that he gonna receive some punishment as well. But to let the listeners and viewers know what happened with the Houston Astros. Pretty much the Houston Astros were doing something that everybody does in sports, well, baseball to be particular, and stealing signs.
They just got caught.
But no. This is the problem.
The way they did it.
Yeah. They set up a whole infrastructure to do this thing.
Technology A1.
They created an infrastructure to be able to steal signs. So now you don't do it the natural way by looking at the catcher, trying to figure out what he's doing with his fingers. And like, if you got somebody on second base, he can tell you. No, now you're just going to set up cameras and things and monitors in the dugout.
And then adjust.
And then now we all see why they go from getting their ass beat by the Dodgers to next thing you know, they hitting everything out of the park.
It's a feel-good story.
This is big. For real, to me, this is big because it affected so many people. First off, as a Yankee fan, I really do feel like, because we ran into them every year, and they beat us.
Yep.
And we was loaded. And we had some of the best hitting teams in the league and couldn't get no hits on them.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No hits.
I like the Dodgers had a great team. and I look at Clayton Kershaw because one of his biggest hits is what? He can't win the big ones, right?
Yep.
And you think about it, they was pounding this man.
Yep. The man that you cannot be all year.
His legacy is tarnished by this shit.
No, it wasn't just them though. Clayton Kershaw gets his ass
he did,
tore
but
playoffs.
He does though. He does. I get
but
it.
the most notable fucking collapse was against the Astros.
I mean, he does it every year. You can bank.
He doesn't play well every he
gives up a shit ton of runs every year.
No, he gives up no runs during the season. He gives up 3 in the postseason, and everybody's freaking out.
No, it's not just 3. No, sir. You're not.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the number. That's what I'm saying. I don't know I know it's called ERA.
Yeah,
I just don't know his ERA.
It goes up.
I know that shit damn near 0 in the season.
It's up to 5-6 in the playoffs. He giving them up.
Well, it's because the Astros stealing his signs and banging on garbage cans and shit.
Maybe so.
That was to me. I understand cheating, right? And those things happen in sports. But my thing with this one was that you went out of your way and, everybody that got punished, you punish them $5 million for a billionaire owner who's coming off a championship win. So that $5 million already soaked up. They already in the process of their mind. $5 million that's paying
$5 million
for a championship.
ain't shit.
Yeah.
For one, you get the revenue of the playoffs, the extra revenue in the playoffs.
Yeah, they got a third baseman in AAA. That's
if you're not cheating, you're really not trying because
you're a Patriots fan.
Well, no, I say that, but
but
that's cool. No jokes aside.
Yeah.
The punishment. It's worth it, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
They never take the ring.
Because the punishment, you get your championship, you get your ring, you find them a
couple
$2 million,
vacate chips.
And people don't even really care.
They don't care, because the Astro fans gonna always say we won a championship.
We spoke about Reggie Bush earlier,
and the Dodgers can never say they did.
Reggie Bush, they took his
so it's a point.
You get all them checks. You get like you said, you get the fame, the glory, everything is still on you. You going to the Hall of Fame, most like Justin Verlander, just missing a ring on his shit. That's it. Fantastic. One of my favorite pitcher of all time. Just missing the ring. Yeah. Got it. Done. Don't care about this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So why not do it?
In the sport of baseball, I say why not? Because it's been
the sad thing is we know that the cheating happens. We spoke on it, right? But when you get caught, the Verlander thing is like, all he needed was a ring, but now everybody knows where that ring came from. So now that ring is now
they'll
tainted.
forget in 5 years.
That's my point, Joey. Nobody cares.
They'll forget, but
they care right now because it just happened last week.
To the diehard fan, they're gonna always remember that.
And what does that mean to Justin Verlander when he's
nothing.
getting exactly? That's my point.
Oh, when he's getting to Cooperstown,
what do I care?
Yeah.
And then your real
it's gonna say World Series champion.
Still don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. Justin Verlander won a ring.
Right.
I'm cool.
And
with
plus,
that.
it's not your fault.
And he a Patriots fan, so you can see all the cameras they done had out. He claimed all 6 of them. No?
We got 6 rings,
right?
Yeah.
You can't even tell me probably all the shit we done probably still. I don't even remember.
I mean, y'all not going to remember before.
I don't know what year Spygate was.
Exactly. That's my
Did y'all win a title that year or not? I don't even remember.
Who knows?
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
It's just, honestly, in football, everybody cheats. They probably do the same thing we were doing. We just suck at it. But
I wouldn't say that. I just think that y'all was winning. Y'all got caught cheating, and then that's how it all equates and makes sense. That's all. But, other people cheat.
I don't like this Astros shit because it was just next level. And
baseball is crazy with the cheating.
I mean, it's historically corrupt.
They only got caught because somebody told.
They only got caught. They was a little arrogant about it, too.
No, somebody told.
Of course.
Somebody, literally somebody told.
Like Eric Mangini told on Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Well, no, he's not weak for that.
Well, he was filming him.
Yeah, exactly. That's fucking stupid.
You're not going to film my team, Bill.
He said he told him, like, yo, don't do it. I know what you do.
Yeah.
Don't do it this week.
Yeah. And Bill was
like, we're going to do it.
Right. Street code. He's not going to go against the
dumbass.
He probably was on the phone like, now, Eric, I'm going to do that now.
He's like, Eric, you do it if you want to.
Eric, I'm going to tell. I'm talking to Bill on the phone like, Eric, I don't think you're going to do that.
You're not going to tell.
You're not going to. We've been friends for too long for you to do some shit like that.
Don't do it.
Eric, you're not going to.
Man, that man Bill did it. Eric was on the phone with the league. Like, look, he's filming right now.
He's standing over there. I know exactly what it's
Bill, take the mustache off, Bill. Bill, take the mustache off. I know it's you.
Bill, get the fuck out of here, Bill.
I see you behind the palm tree.
So speaking of Bill and the Patriots, man, let's talk about some other famous, notable cheaters, bro.
Yeah.
One of my favorite cheaters of all time. Shout out to my boy Jay Steve, man. Tim Donaghy, man.
Ooh, I bet he is.
Jarrell has this idea that somehow Tim Donaghy is the reason the Kings lost the Western Conference.
No, that's not
Finals.
that's the main reason why. The only reason why they lost was because of Tim Donaghy. The only.
How about all the free throws they missed?
It don't matter about the free throws. The free throws that
That's
they gave
still a
away.
problem.
We shot 40 free throws, cool. And they missed 40 free throws.
Yo, but it don't matter if it's an advantage being taken care of. If I blow it, I blow it. But if I lose by 3, and I miss 10 free throws, but y'all man cheated, it's still y'all man cheated, regardless of the situation. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. That should be the fair and square.
Like you said, I got a problem with that one more so than the Patriots and anybody else
because it's not his team.
No, I'm just saying, I'm really asking a question.
You're a Laker fan, right?
Yeah, I'm a Laker fan.
Hey, I'm asking really why. I've never had this
I got
convo.
a problem because that's one guy that really has a referee can really affect a basketball game, and he is not a player or anything like that. That is just. That blows my mind, bro. Like, I don't even understand. Like, he can call fouls on certain players, and that is just.
He just do whatever the fuck
he do whatever he wants. You can look at a basketball game, and there's probably a foul on every player.
And it's so subjective.
Pick and choose.
People hand check.
Exactly. It's a foul on every player in a basketball game. Mm-hmm. Just like in football, probably too. But he can call a foul anytime he wants.
And nobody can really
say anything because it probably is a foul.
You're riding him.
Yeah. It's up to him.
It's contact.
Yeah. Referees, especially in basketball, can really dictate a basketball game.
Call travel. Ain't nobody.
It's traveling. It's there.
But it's a point where I can call travel.
Exactly. He can call it whenever he wants. You can't argue it. He's traveling probably. But today he's calling it because he wants that spread over. So, yeah, I can believe that's a problem for me. That's probably the bigger ones than, like I said, any of the other teams.
Of course, my favorite is baseball related. It's the steroids era.
Oh, yeah. That was fantastic.
That was fun. I was about to say.
That was
had me playing home run derby. Yeah, what?
Mm-hmm. It was exciting for baseball for me. In my neighborhood, baseball wasn't really exciting. So, you know what I'm saying? We didn't watch it. We didn't play it. And then when the home runs came, it became one of the biggest things for everyone. Everybody wanted to go out and play and hit the home run. Nobody cared about the sport.
I got a question about that for you guys. So what do you think they should do with the records? Because that's the biggest thing about baseball.
Take the ones they actually caught. Eras. They never caught Barry Bonds.
That's that's the problem. Yeah. Is like that's what I say. No, but that's the thing I hate about baseball is like they'll hold certain people accountable and they won't hold people accountable.
Assumptions and not real facts.
But what I'm saying is,
when it's a fact, if you get caught cheating, I think they just strike all your shit out.
Yeah, I think so too. When it's a fact,
because I was, and it's from the standpoint.
You guys say this though, but then you say the steroids era, and you say you call it cheating. You're calling them cheaters on the set right here, right?
If they're breaking the rules, they're cheating.
No, but they were never caught. That's my point.
No, some of them were.
The steroids era is Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds and steroids.
Mark McGwire.
He was caught.
He got the steroid era.
Yeah, I'm talking about the ones who got caught.
Sammy Sosa. Caught when?
Caught.
Well,
I think Sammy came
Mark
hot.
McGwire was not caught.
Mark got caught lying. He lied at court. He lied flat out at court. He was.
Who said he lied?
I think they caught him in a. I think they caught him in a lie.
They caught him and Rafael Palmeiro.
Yeah,
Rafael Palmeiro, the only one that really got caught.
And Canseco.
And Canseco snitching.
And then the Metro report.
The Metro report.
The Metro report.
A-Rod got caught.
The Metro report listed like 300 people.
They didn't get caught. They ain't nothing proven. It's one dude's word against everybody.
He did tell on everybody. I mean,
that's one dude's word against everybody.
He injected with their ass, man.
They said that he was right with them, and they still couldn't catch Barry Bonds. And Barry Bonds, man, kept going to jail. So I don't think so.
You crazy as hell.
I don't believe it.
Look at his neck.
Hey,
look at his neck. You can look at the pictures of before and after, bro.
He black,
man. He got the same thing Mark McGwire got.
He got that 40,
I'm
man.
talking.
No, he got that age, man.
He got that age.
Do I believe Bear was on that juice?
Ain't no doubt about it.
But, I mean, they do Barry worse than they do all the people they caught.
Sammy Sosa got cheat. He got caught cheating another way. He wasn't even for the
Yeah,
steroid.
that's
He
what I'm
got the
saying.
cork
He
in the
was
back.
in the back.
He's just stupid.
Smacked him one.
He smacked
He was cheating. He was cheating on
And
so
now
many
he's cheating
levels.
his way to being white.
Yeah, he's trying.
My boy always taking
short.
shortcuts, bro.
My boy taking the
You don't
shortcut.
ever just want. I think you gotta like die and come back to be white.
Bleach, ain't he?
Right. That boy is baby.
That's
Gotta bleach the coochie.
Oh shit.
Bleach shop.
You always knocking that out. But no, going back to the records though, for real. Yeah. Looking at it from Kobe perspective, because like I was watching all the smoke, and Kobe was like, he really feel the type of way because of where he stand all the time on like the record books because he didn't play, right? So just imagine like people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just imagine like the people whose legacy, like, just falls slightly below those people who cheated. I don't. Yeah, those are other people that it affect. Like I'm no longer considered the greatest because even though you think A-Rod and Barry and all these, they still 1, 2, 3 all time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey, my favorite player of all time. That is my favorite player of all time.
Considered the best player ever.
Yeah, because he only hit I think right at 6.
Yeah, he might be at 6.
Right at 6, but he did it the right
My
way.
favorite player of all time.
You feel me? And he not, he really high on the all-time list, but he not like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And so people never talk about Ken Griffey.
Yeah. But once again, is it worth it? Man. Absolutely.
Yeah, in the long run, if they're not going to do anything.
60 games, you get suspended 60 games, you still get that. Because once you do it, you're really doing it for the check.
Yeah.
So you get somebody that's hitting
check
50, 60 home runs, I'm about to pay him $200 million.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that check, I get caught.
Guaranteed.
Right, I apologize. I'm sorry, guys.
Brian Braun.
I'm sorry, guys.
Brady Anderson.
I'm sorry.
Gary Sheffield.
Right.
All these
I'm
guys.
sorry, guys, but I got this check. And
Gotta
I'll be
keep
back by
paying
the
me.
playoffs
Yeah.
for 1 year.
Uh-huh.
That's your fault. I went from 14 home runs to 62, and you paid me.
You knew what happened.
Right. I was just bat 233.
Yeah. Now I'm
315.
Now I'm slugging 7.
On base percentage 900.
I got muscles out the ass.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
he been lifting. Yeah, I've been
I
lifting.
threw my entire family out the house twice.
I beat my wife.
Right.
And
Everything.
you don't know what's going
Right.
on.
Acting weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sign this check here.
moving on.
But last segment, man, we going to roll it in. We going to roll it out. Last segment, man, rolling in dough, man.
Yeah.
D-A-D-E-A-U-X.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you could go with the REAUXLL. That'd be a lot, though.
Whatever, rolling dough, man. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about the WNBA new CBA, man.
Finally.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to the ladies. I don't know which
start.
one.
Ladies got paid.
We love it.
Yeah.
They got paid, man. They got the increase in pay like they wanted. Y'all got the particulars on this one. I've been a little busy today, so tell me about
people
the
probably
new deal.
didn't know. I'll do a little bit that I know. Just that the average salary just for last year, not just for last year, but just perspective, last year was about $55K in the WNBA. So yeah, that's not a lot
At all.
which is why a lot of their women after their WNBA season go overseas and play. If you don't know, if you don't play sports or never played, that is taxing on the body. Number one, just like Brianna Stewart, she won a WNBA championship last year. Fantastic. Went overseas to her Achilles because she's playing all year round.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
She's playing all year round.
Just to put food on the table. You know what I mean?
Like I said, 55. Granted, Brianna Stewart probably not making 55K, but the top is what last year? 119 or something?
It was about 120. Yeah.
119, 120. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you can make a living off 120 for sure.
I know people scamming for that these days.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said,
If you can scam for that,
probably like on a rookie deal. I don't even know they type of context on their particulars. So she probably wasn't making that yet.
Bye, MJ.
But it's improved. I think it's a start. Like I said, I haven't done a huge ton of research to see where they can go. Yeah. But the average salary next year will be starting off at 130.
Yeah, and I think the max players are 500.
Max players 215 for just a max player, but can make up
to 500.
Max player contract is 215, but they can make up to 500K in a season because what they're doing is new sponsors or more sponsors, and they're going to do a in-season tournament. Mm-hmm. So winner of an in-season tournament probably gets a cash prize, so they can make up to 500K. So for some of them, the overseas life could be over, for your top players. But 130 even, your baseline salary being, I think his baseline will be 130. So that's fantastic too. So that's a great start. Like I said, I don't know if how high they can go because I don't even know where they're getting this money from. I would have to do research for me. Because I know I'm sure the women are like, that ain't enough. You know, when you compare the game to the men's, I don't think you can do that though.
You can't
You
because
can.
of the marketing, the
marketing,
more.
the money it
But
brings
the neat
in.
the neat thing about this, this what we was talking about earlier was the women do have children, and they give $5,000 stipend for the kids annually, and if you have a child, you get an apartment. A 2-bedroom apartment.
So now my question with that, well, I don't know if you did the research, but we'll look it up later. If not, is that just while she's pregnant or that like forever?
No, I think the apartment is for as long as you have a child.
Okay.
And the stipend is an annual thing as long as you play in the league.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not.
I seen something about they now have hotel rooms. So what were they staying on the road previously? Were they paying for their own hotels?
I'm sure. I mean, if you probably talk to some of these women, it's been a real shit show. Which is why they don't. Which is why if you ever watch WNBA games, you'll see women. I won't say girls, women not there. They'll take seasons off. Mm-hmm. I watched Diana Taurasi take a whole season off. Brittany Stewart
go overseas.
What's her name? Yeah, not even, but just to take a rest because they are playing overseas and they make more money overseas. Mm-hmm. And then you got like right now, what's her name is out, even though she's out for a good cause. Play for the Minnesota Lynx. What's my girl name?
Oh, Maya Moore.
Maya Moore. She's out.
Yeah,
she's doing a sabbatical. She's doing something. I have to look it up, but she's not just resting. I'm sure she is resting, but she's doing something positive. You know,
forward,
but part of it is, and she's a Jordan brand player, so she's making good money. Mm-hmm. You know, so she can do that a little bit.
She's also one of the best players in the league.
I think
history.
So just I don't know. We want to get off into who's the best women's basketball player for you guys. I don't know if you guys.
Swoops.
Oh hell no!
That shit been swept.
Oh yeah,
I got
swept.
two answers. I got my biased fan answer. Simone Augustus, my dog.
I love Simone Augustus.
Diana Taurasi, I feel like is
Diana
number
Taurasi
one.
is my favorite player of all time.
She just get it in.
Her game never ages. She's the leading scorer all time.
Now, Maya Moore, my dog.
Maya Moore is my second close.
You know what I mean?
I think Maya Moore is going to end up better than Diana Taurasi, though. Me personally.
See, that's you never know in the women's game because you don't know how many years she'll take off or she even come back.
Yeah, true. True.
But
she probably coming back now.
If you combine her college career plus the WNBA career, she's the best of all time.
Ooh.
Maya Moore.
Yeah.
Diana Taurasi was fantastic.
But
Maya Moore, no, I don't think so. Maya Moore won every year.
Yeah.
Oh,
she
every year.
She went undefeated.
Yeah, she went. Yeah, she had probably the longest NCAA streak at one point.
Not longer than Kareem.
Bad girl women.
Kareem, he ain't even playing freshman year.
He didn't play freshman year. That's insane.
Yeah,
not fuck Kareem though. We just for the topic.
Damn. Well, shit. Now that we on the NBA, we might as well talk about it.
Yeah.
Trade deadline rolling up. Let me start here first.
When is the trade deadline?
Like February 4th, I think.
I thought it was like second, 4th.
Deadline.
Okay.
I need.
Hold on. Can we agree today that we will not say the word?
Don't say it.
That start with K. And end in L.
I don't even know.
He play for the Cavs. I don't want to talk about him today.
Yeah, we won't talk about
I don't want to mention him today. Kevin Love. I don't want to mention his name because this guy go crazy when he hear it.
Him too.
That's not that was different. That was more so a cat conversation. No, that was more so a cat.
But the minute Kevin Love's name is uttered around this guy, he loses his mind. So moving forward, trade deadline coming up.
You want me to start?
Go ahead.
Kevin Love. So he's the biggest. He's the
most productive player on the market right now.
Like what are we talking about here?
About to go nuts. I know it. Let's do it now.
No.
I'm here. Let's go.
Like he said, to his point, the Kevin Love conversation from the first was names off of Kevin Love.
Yeah,
it was Chris Middleton,
even,
and then it was Karl Anthony Towns.
Right.
It wasn't mostly Kevin Love.
So we can actually talk about the player this week.
Yeah, we can talk about.
We didn't even talk about that. We didn't even talk about Kevin Love.
Yeah.
We were talking about Cat.
Yeah,
he was comparing the stats.
Yeah.
So Kevin Love, I think, is the premier player on the market right now. But what I read today was it wasn't a lot of value. I think part of that is because of the size of his contract.
Yeah, definitely.
He got about 2 or 3 more years left on it.
Yeah, about
and
90
he's
million.
getting paid.
Yeah,
he's getting paid.
Yeah, good money.
And I don't know if he's worth that anymore, but I also don't want to slide him because I think he takes a chill mode on that Cavs team.
Yeah,
I don't want to get hurt. You know,
I want to be valuable
I want
to
be
a
valuable
team.
to a team in this trade market. So
We've
I
seen
think they'll
players
get,
do that too.
And
I think he still got a lot left in him.
I
He
do
does.
too.
Yeah, he does. He's
Because
He
he
does
did
it in spurts.
And he didn't have to really do anything much in Cleveland. Like he really, I mean, even though he wasn't healthy a lot, but he didn't have to carry much of a load.
Kevin Love in Minnesota was able to not only spread the floor, but he was also able to take up a bunch of the paint. And in Cleveland, that was Tristan Thompson's job to be in the paint.
It wasn't even that. The problem was you can't be in the paint when you got LeBron James.
That's what I'm
on your
saying.
team.
And Kyrie Irving, who
I mean, it was the
penetrates.
same thing for Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was a post player before he moved over to the Heat. He was a post player for them. He didn't really shoot threes.
Yeah, I know.
He shot mid-range jump shot, but lethal.
Yeah.
But when you play with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, you got to get the hell out the way.
You got to spread the floor.
You know, so for me, for Kevin Love, and I think the best fit for him is honestly the Portland Trailblazers, and they need him now. And I don't know what they waiting on, or you know what they're to think about.
And they have pieces they can move over.
I would trade Whiteside right now, especially because their center should be coming back soon. Nurkic should be coming back soon.
Yep.
Whiteside has as most value as he's gonna have all season right now.
Yeah.
And they probably got contracts that are close because Whiteside stole some money from the Heat.
Yeah, he got
You
paid.
know, I don't even know how they got him. I would not have traded for him.
Because
it's
it's a
expired.
need.
But it's but damn.
You're going to get somebody that's going to bite. Like the Portland Trailblazers, who were a good team last year,
Yeah,
lose their
they didn't
center.
want-
And then they lose the other kid in injury. What's his
But
name?
that was during
Zach.
the season, Zach Collins.
Yeah,
but
Zach
that was during the
Collins.
season.
But is he back now?
No, I don't think so.
So now
Well, they already had Whiteside though.
Yeah, from this offseason.
Right.
So that's why they had to go make that move. You know, and get him now, like you said, with the big man coming back. Of course, Collins is going to come back with signing Melo. I think they feel like, we can get rid of Whiteside if these guys are willing to take it, and let's take Kevin Love. Another player, of course, unless you wasn't done, you was done. The Morris twins. I've been hearing a lot of rumblings about them both.
And I think he's sitting out right now. The one that's really I think Markieff was better at one point. Yeah. But now Marcus is the one that's playing for New York. Yeah. He's been killing, but he's been injured as well. He might just be sitting out waiting on that trade deadline because he's been out the last 3-4 games or 4 or 5 games.
And they said Keith too. They said Keith in Detroit. He's been rumored too because
they're stinking it up. Blake Griffin might be done for the season.
He is done. Season ended surgery. He's gone.
They're trying to move Drummond. Look like the Detroit Pistons are pretty much through.
Yeah, they offered.
You trade Derrick Rose?
Yes.
Got to.
Come on, out of respect, you got to trade Derrick Rose to a contender. He's not going to ask for it.
But see, Derrick Rose, you don't think Derrick Rose wants a paycheck? This is a perfect situation for him to make a comeback.
Yeah, but Reggie Jackson's coming back, and
he will not. Yeah, Reggie Jackson's asked.
Yeah, but he's stealing unnecessary minutes from Derrick Rose. Get him out of there where he can help someone.
Who?
Reggie Jackson when he comes back.
Man, please.
He's playing. He's going to play.
I mean, you can't play Derrick, but you can't play Derrick Rose in long spurts because he will get injured on you.
But that's the thing. The role he's playing right now in Detroit.
So where do you think he should go? What's a nice spot for him?
L.A., of course.
Clippers could definitely.
No, the Lakers can use him.
No,
because I think that with Rondo playing like a shell of himself, shooting the
Rondo's
ball better.
playing fantastic.
No, Rondo's shooting the ball better. If you look at Rondo's game, it's not really. It's like a lot of fluff. It's like he's filling air in his numbers. If you look at his numbers, he's filling air. It's not really winning basketball when he's in the game, though. His plus minus is trash.
He's playing winning basketball. I disagree about the run. We're 32, 33, and 7. They just won a game with Rondo and Kyle Kuzma this week. On the only two. You want to call them stars we had in the game playing. One by 30.
For Laker basketball, the playmaker they would use
we need shooters.
Derrick Rose would be a better fit than Rondo on that team right now.
I don't think. I don't know. I mean, I think he'll be a better fit for the Clippers. The Clippers need a point guard.
I mean, we need one too. I think the Lakers. I think we should be looking for more of a shooting point guard. So I think we need to be looking for Derek Collison coming out of retirement. I mean, out of retirement. Yeah. Goring, but I don't like Goring
like guys
either.
off the street.
But I mean, he just played last year.
Retired. He just
2 months ago. Yeah. I hear the Heat, man. They trying to make big moves out here.
Yeah. Well, they're not talking about more so for the Heat, more so this year.
That's why I heard Keith was going.
They're actually more so looking at them in the long range because they're in. I don't know. You probably didn't listen to it, but they're assuming that I'm not there yet. That Bam Adebayo is an all-star. He looks fantastic this season. Give him that. I'm not on that bandwagon yet.
You don't think he's an all-star?
Not yet. Maybe
man.
he looks good. But
That team looks good.
That team looks good.
He's the reason for it.
Well, you get
He's
Jimmy
the best
Butler
player on the team, though.
Oh, Jimmy Butler's out there.
Jimmy
Goran
Butler.
Dragic is
Jimmy
out there.
Butler's the best name on the team. Playing a game, he's been their best player.
Who?
And Bam, I had a
Bam is
Stop
playing
it.
really good.
Stop it.
But Jimmy
He
Butler
not
makes
Jimmy
it
Butler is
He's been playing better
everything.
basketball than
Jimmy
Bam
Butler
Adebayo.
is everything about that team. It ain't
No, he is.
it
He
ain't
is.
even basketball all the way, but he's still the best basketball player on that team too.
Yeah.
But he give them young boys confidence.
Yeah, I'm not saying
every-
that.
yeah,
I'm not
that's
taking
Jimmy.
none of that.
That's
What I
Jimmy.
said was
It's too much for me. It's too much.
they're winning too many games.
No. There's too much of a team effort, though, for
It
me
is.
to just be like, Bam's that guy. He's not doing that much better. Tyler Hero is playing fantastic to be a rookie. Kendrick Nunn is playing fantastic to be a rookie. Goran Dragic is playing good. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are playing good. They're all playing good.
Yeah, they're playing real well.
They're playing well as
all
a
at the
team.
same time. Yeah.
You know, so that's what I said. I'm not on that band. He may be a star. Like I said, he's playing good, but he's also doing that rim run thing. You know,
They trying to put it in his hands.
yeah,
and
yeah.
let him
He's,
bring it up a
he
little
looks
bit.
better and projects to be better than Clint Capella.
I was about way
Yeah,
better.
way
He
better.
already
As far
better.
as-
He already better
Yeah,
than
he-
Clint
But it's
Capella
hard to
right
shit
now.
on Clint Capella because Clint Capella go out there and grab you 20 rebounds.
Yeah, but that's what he does.
Not in the playoffs. He gonna grab
Well,
9. in the
well, not
playoffs.
against the Warriors.
He's modern
you know.
day Ben
9.
Wallace, modern day.
But, you know-
Dennis Rodman. He's
No,
But also,
no.
But also for the Heat.
Modern
but
day, yes, he is.
in this upcoming class, though, who do you get? Like, that's my only thing is, like, you want to talk about free
Them
agents.
folks gonna have DeMar DeRozan.
Exactly. I think that ruins the team.
I'm
Exactly. I
joking
think
this
that-
week.
No, but I'm
For
saying he's
that team.
He's the
Right.
premier target, probably
Drummond.
on the Drummond,
But you
but they
don't
talking
need
about getting traded. If he probably gets traded,
You don't
they're
need him when you
probably
got
gonna-
Bam. You know?
Yeah, he's not needed.
Yeah, he's definitely not needed.
And so, who is your premier player on this market for them to be like, oh, they're coming soon? I
Better
understand
go
Brian
get Greek
Windhorst.
Freak next year.
Ain't happening.
Who go get Greek Freak?
Greek Freak going.
Greek Freak ain't going nowhere.
He going to. You seen what Steph said?
Man,
too?
they were playing PUBG.
They showed me the screen.
Man,
Send me a
Steph
clip.
gotta get back on the
he was
court.
playing PUBG.
Steph Curry got to get
I'm
back
going
on
with
the
that.
court, man. Show me you can win some games.
Well, Steph on the. Hey, Steph,
Steph, show me
you
you
on
can
the
win
pub?
some
Man,
games.
holla at me, bro.
Nah, we all
But
that.
for real, I honestly, Greek Freak is a different type of superstar. I don't
He ain't
think
going
he's
nowhere.
leaving
Yeah, I'm
Milwaukee.
joking. He
I don't
not
think
going.
nobody. LA's not getting him.
I don't think he
Warriors
recruiting
aren't-
nobody.
He don't
either.
want to.
I don't think he
He don't
recruiting.
even work out with
think he
other
might
stars.
recruit,
No, bro.
but-
He doesn't even work out with other stars in
Yeah, he
offseason.
don't. Yeah, he don't.
He don't
He
have any
works out with
friends.
his teammates.
Yeah,
Yeah, he do.
His teammates.
team.
That's it.
I love it.
I used to didn't like it, but I love it.
Yeah,
I
I
love it.
love it.
It'll get him a.
No, you want to work out?
That's it.
Nah, fuck
Yeah,
you.
nah.
We gonna work on getting my
Really
guys
get him
back.
a
You gonna get worked out.
You want some
You
work?
want to work out? Find which day we play y'all on the schedule. That's
want
what
some work?
we
Yeah,
gonna
come get this
work
work.
that day.
Nah,
Yeah, I like
I
that.
like Greek Freak.
He
I
gonna
don't
be
think
the
he's
most
win
dominant
championship.
player in the league for a long time.
Will he win?
Will he be the
though?
best? I don't know, but he gonna be the most dominant for a very long time.
Will he win a ring though?
I doubt it.
I doubt
Who?
it.
Not without a
Giannis.
second star.
Who?
Giannis.
You a lie?
He gonna win one?
I'll give him a chance. He
Well,
got a
not
chance
without a
this year.
second star.
Shit.
He got a chance, but this is a problem. He don't got a second star. My boy Luka gonna keep getting tougher. Them Clippers gonna keep getting
He
tougher.
got a
Mark
chance
Cuban is
this
gonna
year.
keep
Who-
paying people.
Who y'all got coming out of the East this year?
Man, I got the Bucks.
I got
They
Philly.
4 games
They
away.
can't beat nobody.
They 4
in the West.
games away.
They can't beat the Clippers in
You a
4.
lie?
Man, they live and die
I don't think
based
they're
off of
going to
Giannis's
win,
jumping.
but I got them in the finals.
Yeah, definitely. They don't
That's
got
4
enough
games
though.
away.
Dante DiVincenzo.
One injury away. We just saw.
Oh
it.
yeah, absolutely.
We
I said
just
that. I
saw
just
it.
said that. One injury
We
away.
just saw
You got to
it.
be in the game.
We
to
just
play.
saw KD through.
Listen,
Clay through.
I don't base
Raptors
anything
somehow
based
win a
on
championship.
Yeah, so they got a shot. Oh yeah, like you
Yeah,
said, they definitely got a shot.
I don't base my picks
If you
on
get him
injuries,
in the
though.
final,
We
I
not
don't
basing
either.
it off
I'm not
injuries,
saying
but
they're
when you
going to
in
win, but
the
you
same
say,
thing I
yo,
said last week
If he
about
4
the
games away, bro, anything can happen.
Yeah,
bro.
when I
4
was saying
games
about the
away.
Hawks, you were saying like, don't make a move for Cat. Please don't get stuck on this.
not.
But the key is to be in a position to win a title, so that if something go crazy, you can't win it if you ain't in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I honestly believe.
But I think that's the only way he get a
I
title.
believe the
soon.
Warriors don't win that first one if Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. If Kyrie Irving don't get hurt.
Right. I say that.
Anything is possible. You are 4 games away, bro.
And that catapulted a dynasty.
Yeah.
4 games away. And I only had them losing because of experience. LeBron been there.
Yeah,
You can see it in that
you
game.
You told me, you like, yeah, they
just not
can't-
ready. They ain't been here yet.
They
They got the
good.
better team, but LeBron been here. They was on their way game 1. They was on their way. Kyrie Irving went down. That was it.
That's it.
And the Cavs still had a chance to win.
Mm-hmm. It was overtime.
All he needed was one of those guys, and they had neither one of those.
That's what I said. That's why I didn't mention Kevin Love. I said
Kevin Love got hurt in the Celtics series.
Yeah, Kevin Love was already out. Kyrie Irving got hurt in that series.
Game one
in overtime. Yep. Game time. That's like you said. All you need, 4 games away, bro. Anything can happen. Anything.
Draymond can kick somebody in the nuts. Anything can happen.
That's another one. LeBron and them damn sure should have won that one.
Anything can happen.
Man.
You just look at history. That's what I'm saying. You look at history, you like, damn, that shit really did happen.
The Mavs.
The Draymond one, I don't give nobody
hot.
flack on the Draymond one though, because Draymond came back and they still had a chance to win.
But I'm saying that flipped the momentum, bro.
I don't care.
Remember when it happened?
They had a chance.
What happened when it happened?
They lost.
When Draymond got suspended, I called you and said what? I said, boy, if these boys win game 5, I mean, whatever game 5. It was
when
game 5.
When I said they win game 5.
Well, game 5, that's when he got kicked.
No, game 5 was when he was out.
Yeah, game 5, he was out. We thought the Warriors was going to win in 5. I said, they don't win game 5. It's going 7.
I said, they don't win in 5.
Yeah, it's going 7.
Actually,
LeBron and them losing back at home.
Yeah. And they going to go back 6, win at home,
and
they going to break their hearts in game 7. Yeah. That's what happened. That's why I said you got to be in it to win it. You got to be in it to win it. Yeah. But man,
I'm not getting stuck on that car.
Yeah, man. We actually ain't gonna get stuck on nothing, man. We are right at time. We ain't yelling at each other.
Not today, not this week.
Hey man, what you got for the people this week, man? We're gonna leave them with something. What you got for them this week?
Man, my statement is the same as always, man. Just live, love, laugh, man, and learn. It's the same shit.
I wasn't prepared for this, y'all.
You just like to go out on some, what you got to say to the people for the week, man. There's a whole week before you gonna talk to them again.
Yeah, man. Well, you go. Let me think about it, man.
I got one for you. Go Tigers. Go. You know what I'm saying? While he waits, shout out to the Tigers again, man. We won the title, man.
One more thing while Keith is waiting.
Appreciate it, Coach O. You know what I mean? You made me happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited. Thank you.
Amateurs. Why we have to spend so much time on niggas that don't get paid? The Wilder Fury fight is set. I can't wait for that.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be exciting.
That's going to be really exciting.
Oh, yeah. When is that? In February?
February 22nd, I believe.
In Vegas.
Yeah, baby.
I do got something to say for my people, though. Because a lot of people like to make New Year's resolutions. Mm-hmm. And around this time, especially the people that like to work out, this is the time where it ends. Mm-hmm. Right about this time. It's about 14 days in. I want y'all to keep pushing, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
You do not see results in the first few weeks, bro.
Nope.
And it hurts.
It hurts. It's going to hurt. But you got to push through. Keep eating that salad, man. Fuck the fried chicken. Hey, believe me, I'm doing it. I'm pissed. Okay?
I ain't doing it. I'm eating. You feel me?
I'm skinny.
So stay with it, man.
Like these Tigers. Yeah, so yeah. Obviously, go Tigers. You know what I mean?
Amateurs.
That shit.
Go Tigers.
What are those kids, like 14?
Hey. Go Tigers. Hey, man, that's HasBeens Podcast, episode 26, man.
We'll be back here next week.
Subscribe.
Another 49ers win.
To the WildCard Sports Network on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe on your favorite streaming platform, man. We on Apple Podcasts. We on Spotify. Everything you can think of. And if we not on your favorite one, hit us up.
Come on.
I'll make sure we get it up there.
For sure.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure you shout us out, man. Show it to a friend. Share it with a friend. I'm not going to stop sending this to y'all. I'm not going to stop promoting this. And we not going to stop coming with it.
WildCard Sports.
Because guess what? We going to keep bugging you.
We need to move Lonzo.
We out.